going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Ron and this is MotorTube, the coolest car videos on YouTube. So today's video, I know you guys clicked by the title of the video, and I'm about to give you guys some knowledge because I get tons and tons of questions about how much does it cost to own a Hellcat, what's the payment, what's the insurance, this and that. So I'm gonna go into deep details for you guys, and I hope you guys can get something out of this for future references, whether you want to get a Hellcat, whatever you need it for. But anyways, number one thing I like to do here is cold start my Hellcat. For those of you who've been wondering why I haven't been driving it, is one reason only. There is snow on the ground and it's like 10 degrees outside, so it's been stored for the past month or month and a half, right around there. So that's why I just start the car. And when I did that, I forgot to leave my slicks on there, so they've just been on there. But anyways, we're gonna cold start the car. Let's get it. Check out my shoes though. You like them? I do. All right. Red keys, red shoes. I like that, huh? Every single day, just to let it run, just because it's not good to let your car just sit and not be turned on for a while for those who you that store the car. So that's what I do. I usually just turn it on and keep it. It is so loud. I don't know why my camera does not get the full effect of how crazy it sounds, but man, it sounds so good. Alright guys, so you guys want to know, you guys have asked and I'm gonna answer. I get plenty of DMs, everything. So before we start, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram. It's Toxic SRT, and also add me on Snapchat, and that's Toxic SRT as well. So I do respond a lot faster on my Snapchat, so that's definitely the place to go if you want to ask me a question. Alright guys, so the popular question is, how much does it cost to own a Hellcat? And I'm going to break it into 5 categories. Starting with number 1 is the payment that you will be paying for your car. Unless, of course, you're a baller and you're going to cash it out. That wasn't me. I didn't cash it out. So, this is how we break it down. It all matters where you live. Where you live, how good your credit is, how much money down you gotta put down. That's why when people ask others, it's never gonna be the same. I mean, if you're on the West Coast, you're gonna be paying way more than if you live on the East Coast. It just all matters. If one person has good credit while the other person might not even get approved to start with. Credit matters, and you need to have really good credit if you want to go to get a Hellcat, that's for sure. So put that into consideration, and also how much money you want to put down. Some dealerships require you to put 2 grand down, 3 grand down, whatever the case may be. So break it down if you want to buy the car, 72 months financing, or however long you want. I think 72 is the longest. And then, so this is how you do it. You add the whatever the payment is. Well, no, actually, you start with how much down you're gonna put down. Let's say you put down 5 grand. Then after that, they're gonna break down the payments into 72 months. Then they're gonna add the interest, because of course you're gonna have to pay interest. They're not just gonna give you an interest-free car. So after you add the interest, that's how much your payment is. Number 2 is insurance. A lot of people ask me, how much is insurance? If I'm looking to get a Hellcat, how much is it gonna cost me to get insurance? This and that. And that's the same thing as the Hellcat payment. And it all matters about number 1, where you live. Number 2, how old you are. Number 3, Do you have any points? How is your record clean? No two people will have the same insurance payment. Just not possible unless they're twins or, you know, whatever the case may be. But most likely everybody has different insurance. Just all matters about where you live. Like in Michigan, the insurance is ridiculous. It's really expensive. It's like one of the most expensive states out the country. Yes. Depends where you live. If you live in Detroit, a really high crime area, they're gonna make you pay a lot more for insurance just because your car might get stolen, your car might get damaged. Things like that come into effect when they're gonna give you a price on insurance. So they won't, like, I can't tell you a specific. I can tell you how much I'm paying, and I'm gonna show you guys on my paper. This is how much I'm paying for my insurance right there, and it's through AAA, and that's with a clean record, no points. But somebody else might pay more. I know somebody that pays less. It all, like I told you guys, you gotta go there and they'll run it for you, but you gotta get the car, because I think you need a VIN number for them to run. So get a friend's VIN number that has a Hellcat and see how much insurance would be for you before you actually go out and get a car, and maybe the insurance is way more than your payment. Some people's like that. It's crazy. I remember when I was first getting mine, I went to State Farm and they were quoting me like $800. I was like, are you serious? They're crazy. I don't use State Farm. I go through AAA. So that's basically sums it up for insurance. Alright guys, let's get to number 3, and that is gas. A lot of people kind of forget about gas when they're trying to get a Hellcat. They'll be like, oh, how much is the payment? How much is the insurance? That's all I need to know. But the gas on the Hellcat is ridiculous. It is just crazy how much it costs. And it depends where you live, because you have to put 93 in this car. Do not put 87 or 89 in your car, please. But strictly 93 is what you have to put in a Hellcat. And how much does that cost? Where I live, it's like $3.20 per gallon, and a fill up might be $50, $55, $60 at most, depends how much your gas prices is. And for Hellcat, how much miles per gallon you get? The most you're probably gonna get in the city is about 15, 14. I've never even gotten nowhere close to that. The most I've gotten is 12. So that basically says how many times you're gonna fill up. If you drive 100 miles a day, that's and the range will probably give you 200 miles. The range where it says how much miles you got until it's on E, that's bullcrap, because if you hit it, it'll drop by like 10 miles. The car wastes a lot of gas. If you drive fast, it'll waste gas. It's just, you're gonna spend a lot. What I think is gonna cost, if you were to daily drive it, anywhere between 200 to 300, depends how much you drive it and what distance you drive, but the fill up is usually $55 to $60. So hope that can break it down. Just basically add how much gas 93 is in your state, times by how many miles you're gonna drive it, and then you'll know how much your gas is gonna be. I hope I broke that down to the point where it makes sense. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer it more. It's kind of a hard question just because I don't daily my car, and even on the summer I drive it like 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes I don't have time to drive it, so it's kind of a hard question for me. But yeah, number 4 is oil change. It's not a Lamborghini. It's not gonna cost you $1,000 to get an oil change, but it costs you a good amount of money. Not too much, but how much does it cost for an oil change? $120 if you go through the dealership. But if you go through like a private person, you know, it might cost like $100. I know the oil, you need synthetic oil, so not that crap that you can put in any car. You need really good oil. If you go to the dealership, you get the SRT oil. I believe you need like 6.5 quarts or 7. I'm not sure how many exactly off the top of my head, but the oil will cost you about 80 bucks. And then if you go to, you know, the quick oil change places, they usually charge you like $20. I personally had a bad experience with the dealership doing my oil, so I took a Scat Pack. I had a Scat Pack shaker, And they put the oil, everything, and then they just put, all they did is they didn't close the cap on the oil thing, and they just put the shaker and bolted it down. When I went to my guy to do my oil change, I just seen that it was not put back on, and that I never went back ever again to the dealership to get my oil change. But yeah. Number 5 is tires. If you have a Hellcat, you're probably gonna go through a bunch of tires. If you like to drive it fast, you like to burn the rubber, how much does it cost to own tires? Okay, if you were to get drag radials, there is Mickey's, there is Nittos. Those are the only ones I recommend, and those will probably cost you, if you're putting them on the 20-inch wheels that you have, they're gonna cost you about anywhere from $600 to $700. Probably a little bit more for the Mickey's. They're like $720. That's how much it's gonna cost. And the Mickey's, you're gonna go through a pair real fast. The Nittos will last a little longer than that, but if you're trying to do it off a dig, I do recommend the Mickey Thompsons, just because they're just better tires off a dig. And also, you're gonna need daily tires. So the Pirellis on there are like $300 a piece. Once you go through, you're probably gonna go through them pretty fast, just because as soon as you put your foot on the gas, it's gonna spin. So you're gonna burn through that pretty fast, and it's $300 a piece. So you do the math. Depends on how many times you're gonna be driving the car. If you're dailing it, if you live where there's snow, you're gonna need snow tires. Those are like $600 for the pair. All depends what you're using the car for. Alright guys, so I hope that answered all your questions when it comes to how much it costs to own a Hellcat. If you guys have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below, or hit me up on Snapchat. I do answer faster on Snapchat, so that's probably the best way to get a hold of me. Anyways, if you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Got tons of great content coming up for you guys. Just be patient with me. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Man.